Hey guys, welcome to 7th grade lesson 24. So let's start off with number 1. Number 1 says Bart wants to buy at least 50 fruit snacks for Valentine's treats. One fruit snack pack contains 6 pieces. Write an inequality for the least number of fruit snack packs Bart will need to buy. So in this question there are four inequalities here. So there's supposed to be A, B, C, and D in the front, but yeah, ignore that. Just know that this is A, B, C, D. So this question is saying that what Bart wants to buy is at least 50 fruit snacks. So that means he can have 50 or more. So you can have more than 50, but you cannot have less than 50. So what we need to do is just write an inequality for that. So since each fruit snack pack contains 6 pieces, we would have to have 6x, since we need to find out how many he needs to buy in order to be to have at least 50 fruit snacks. So you have 6x to represent the fruit snack pack, which contains 6 pieces. Now you already found this part, right? So now you know that A and B are wrong because it doesn't have 6x. So what you need to do is you simply need to know whether it's less than or equal to or greater than or equal to. So C says 6x has to be less than or equal to 50, and D says greater than or equal to 50. But remember the question, it says he wants to buy at least 50 fruit snacks. So that means that what he wants is 50 fruit snacks or more, as I explained earlier. So the only one that fits is the greater than or equal to. So 6x is greater than or equal to 50, so D would be your answer. Okay, let's go to number 3. Number 3, mainland traveling basketball teams have 5 players. There are 37 beds in the en route motel. Write an inequality for the greatest number of basketball teams that can be settled in a motel. So this is exactly like number 1. Number 1 was talking about fruit snack packs, and each fruit snack pack has 6 pieces. But in this one, it's simply the same thing, but except the fruit snack pack is basketball teams, and the number that you can have in a basketball team is 5 players. So, like before, each basketball team is represented by X, and the number of players is 5. So all you need to know is whether this motel is can carry more than or less than 37 beds. So it says there are 37 beds. Now, in a motel, you can't just add more beds, right? So it would have to be less than or equal to 37, because you can't have more than the amount of beds that are there already, because there's a certain amount of rooms and whatever. So the answer is C, because you can't it's less than or equal to, so you can have 37 people, but you can't have less than that, or you can't have more than that. So that's why. Okay, number 5. Solve for x in the expression below and mark the correct answer. So this, the easiest way is just think of it as 0.4 minus 0.5x is equal to 3. So don't get intimidated by this symbol here, because you just need to solve it the same exact way you would solve it when it's an equal sign. So you would get negative 0.5x equals 3 minus 0.4. And that would equal 2.6. So you would get x, so you would change, so this would be negative 0.5 x is equal to 2.6. Okay, so Then you go up here, and you get x equals 2.6 divided by negative 0.5x, or 0.5. So now in this situation, 0.5x is the same as 1 over 2, right? So when you divide something by 1 over 2, so let's say there's this, like, I don't know, 10 up here. When you divide 10 by 1 over 2, what do you do when you divide by a fraction? You divide by the reciprocal. So you get 10 times 2. So in the same way, this is the same situation here. So you multiply 2.6 by 2 because you're multiplying by 1 over 2. So you get 5.2 and then a negative. So now here comes the tricky part, because in the beginning, so this is your answer if the middle is an equal sign, right? So you see this sign right here. Now you can just transfer it here. X is greater than negative 5.2. But there is a rule that you must always remember, is when you solve this entire problem, if you multiplied or divided by a negative number, then you have this symbol switches. And as you see here, on this step, we divided by a negative half. So what you need to do is switch the sign. So your answer would be x is less than negative 5.2. So your answer would be D. Alright, next page. So number 1, solve the inequality, same as before. So here, 2x minus 3 greater than 7. So for these problems, instead of trying to change it into the equal sign and make it all confusing, what I personally like to do is just solve it like this, but solve it as if this was an equal sign. So you go 2x is equal to 10, right? Because you add 3 to each side, but don't forget to not put that as an equal sign, and instead as an inequality. So, like that. And x is greater than 5. Now in this case, you don't change the symbol because you don't multiply by a negative here, or divide by a negative. So you just leave it at that. So this would be x is greater than 5. That's your answer. Okay, so let's try let's go to the next page. So let's try number 7. So we got 4 minus 2m is greater than 7 minus 3m. So if you go here, so you first start off, you add 2m to both sides, so you get 4 is greater than 7 minus m, because you add 2 to negative 3, and you get negative. So then you go negative m is less than 4 minus 7 would be negative 3. Now in this case, this negative is still here, so you divide the 3 by negative 3 by a negative 1, and the rule is whenever you divide or multiply by a negative number, the symbol switches. So you would be m is greater than 3. So that would be your answer. M is greater than 3. This equation and this equation are equal because these two values switched, so that's why this middle thing flipped around. But if it was like, because if I left it like this, then that would mean that m is less than 3, so that doesn't match up. Alright. So, thank you for watching.